So I wanted to make a video talking about what I've learned in the past 2 days or the 2 streams I've done this week. It's had an effect on the way that I'm invested in them, which is really cool because it feels like they're more a part of me and someone else. All of the people who have come into the chat are people I know. It's really interesting having your friends sit in your studio with you, which a lot of times with painting, we become a little solitary. I'm just so happy to share my process with people and with all of you. I noticed a few things about the way I was approaching the painting that really helped me when it came time to stream the process. But I also noticed that there was a lot of unexpected variables that happen when you decide to sit down for a designated period of time and perform the act of painting. It's so restrictive, and I really value that because restrictions are often the way that I try to, if I'm entering a practice phase of my work or trying to research something new, I often add a restriction to my painting or to the way that I approach the work that's being made. And this is just one of those that happened to impose itself as I'm learning how to stream and learning how to create something for you. So this is the first painting. It is of a garlic bulb that has half of it chopped off and the stem is sitting in my hand. During this stream, I had a lot of viewer interaction, which created this really calm, kind of introspective way of painting where I answered questions, I said hello to friends and family, and I was able to create in front of people. I play music while I'm streaming, and this seems to help me at least feel comfortable leaving silence. So when you're painting, you're often working and looking at the project, and as much as you can talk, you're not going to be able to talk as much as you would in, say, a video game stream or some other type of like just chatting stream. You're focused, you're making, especially when it's making work for yourself. So this is my fine artwork, this is my project. This is work that I consider something I would show in a gallery. And that has a very different level of importance to the product than, say, a demonstration would, or if I was like teaching you how to do an alla prima painting or something like that. This is not a workshop, it's a live view of you working in your studio, which is a really unique experience to have for both me, the painter, and I believe the audience. The set of rules that I was following in terms of my painting practice, and I've been kind of doing this all week, is I start with a Payne's Gray oil tube and just white. And I try to find kind of a value-based underpainting. So the way you would go into a glazed painting or a more complex alla prima method. After that, I start adding different chromatic hues to my palette. And this will be kind of in order. So say I'm starting with Payne's Gray, and that's kind of a blue. So then I decide that I want to move into the next color, which for me seemed like it would be the next light. It would be, what can I use to make light without white? So then I add yellow to my Payne's Gray and get this kind of green hue. Depending on what I'm looking at, you get different results, or you're looking for different hues in your subject matter. And so for this one, it made sense to go into the green and then just to kind of keep the yellow, bring the yellow all the way to the top of the image. I mixed out my cadmium yellow. I tried to mix the green out as fast as I could. So I integrated it a little bit, but then we moved on. And I did this all the way around the color wheel. So this is the second image I made. This is today's stream. So I had that whole experience from yesterday under my belt, and I invited a few friends to come check it out, and I posted a little blurb on Instagram, and this is of my friend Ren's zine. I just found it and picked it up and was like, this is what I'm going to paint today. And what happened with this painting was interesting. I had more time to myself during this stream. So each day is different. It's a different environment. Everyone who showed up today was very different from people who showed up yesterday, except for Kira. That is a huge process shift in the studio environment. So it's like if you went to your studio at a mill building and you all of a sudden had a different group of people in your floor. You would have a different experience with the art you're making. And so this one, I kind of focused a lot more on value and trying to establish these kind of warm, cool relationships in what I was seeing today. I used a couple different brushes too, which I don't normally do, but when one was getting too muddy, instead of cleaning it or getting up and changing it, I decided to just switch to a larger brush. Normally I keep to the same brush because I like the immediacy of response, to be able to record what I'm looking at as quickly as possible. So these are all really small. That's another thing. This streaming setup really caters to a small painting. I mean, if I had my big easel here, which I might get at some point, but if I had my big easel here, it would be a little cumbersome for the painting to do anything larger than these 8.5 by 11 paintings. It's really cool getting to stream these paintings, and I'm going to keep doing it. I just wanted to give you an update after maybe some of you watch the streams, or maybe some of you will watch a future stream. I do these paintings every day, so I'll probably stream a lot. I think it's such a fruitful experience for me to talk to new people and work through the process of these paintings that I'm going to try to really develop this stream that I make. If you want notifications about when I'm going to stream, you can subscribe, and I can't wait to meet you in chat.